What is up, gang? It is I, Carlton Flowers, your crypto pro.
Yay!
And today we're going to do a very quick update on BTC. We're not going to get crazy with this. This is just going to be a flash update to give you a heads up on what I see happening. And of course, this is not financial advice. Get all that stuff out of the way. And we will get into the action and check a look at what could possibly be an incoming dump. Why did I do that drum roll? I was just stuck thinking, so I thought that would fill in the gap. Okay, on the 4-hour chart, what are we looking at? We're looking at a stochastic bottom right here that looks weak. I think the stochastic bottom here is going to flip and head back south, even though the indications were that on the MACD, we're coming back to the zero line. Notice how we're right here at this big fat volume node at 68,000, coming off of that peak at 74K, and now we're trading below the 50 EMA. Do you see the 50 line? Okay. Notice how we poked through it. Now we came back up and it might become resistance. If we bounce underneath it, we're going to look for the 200 EMA as it slides into this volume node right here. This is what's possible. This is not a crystal ball prediction. I'm just telling you what I see on the chart for right now today. It could change at any time. So don't leave any snotty comments if it doesn't work out this way, because I'm not telling you that this is for sure. But the probability is drop into 62K, and underneath that, there's a volume node at 57. And then under that is the point of control price of 52. That is the order of probability. Let's go through it again. We have the probability of coming down to the 200 EMA at 62, hitting the fat node at 57, or dropping way down to 52. Now, let's see what happens when we put this on the 1 day, and then we will look at the 1 week and call it a video. On the 1 day chart, it's interesting how we pivot on these lines. See this ascending yellow line? I made that like months ago. And it's interesting how sometimes when you make a trend line, it comes in handy later on to confirm that you're reading this chart correctly. So we have been in a very bullish run, of course, all of this bouncing around in the overbought zone above the 80 line. But now that we have touched on this ascending dashed line, which I don't even remember why that got there, but we're touching on it and we snatched back up, I think we're going to come back down and test that line. The node where it touched, 67,000, okay? We're at 68. Immediately, probably going to jump back down because we have a bearish stochastic that looks like it wants to drop out of overbought territory. We also have a big indication on the MACD where the fast line, the blue one, is about to cross over the slow line. That yellow one, there's the cross. They're touching right now. We also have one little tick, red bar on the histogram below the zero line. This is a confirmation and indication of further southward movement. What are the targets on this chart? Well, we have volume nodes that are sticking out right before our very eyes. And these come at prices of, again, 62,000, 52,000. Well, now this one is 43. I don't think we're going to go back to the point of control overall, but it's possible. Probable? No. Possible? Yes. So this chart confirms everything that we saw on the 4-hour chart, all indications being bearish. All right. So looking at these red candles, moving down, we might revisit this 50 EMA, and that 50 EMA could drag us down as it curls over into that 55,000 node. One more stop, then we're done, the 1 week chart. All right. We have been staring at this bullish action for quite some time, and we knew that back here, when everything was going up in this zone right here, from this bottom to this top, and then it tried to go down, but price kept going up. We popped up again to this point where we now have a crossover combined with a red doji candle. What do you think is going to happen when you get a red indecision doji candle at the top of what looks like a vertical run? Well, when you combine that red doji with this crossover of the fast line and the blue line, chances are we're going to start coming down into a correction. Chances are. But the blue line is still sailing well above the orange line down here on the MACD while we're printing solid green on the histogram. But it could be that this hasn't rolled over because this is a lagging indicator to the stochastic. Let's wait and watch what happens. But now that we've wicked up, touched this magical yellow line that came from nowhere, we might fall out of this. Now, where do we fall to? Let's look at the nodes. They're on this chart right before our very eyes. There's that 56, 57K that we just talked about. 52 is hiding underneath here, and then this one's sticking out at 48. Lowest probability, medium probability, highest probability. Why? Because we're in a bull market. So if you had to be a guessing man, the guess is don't be fooled. This is not going to correct long because as we've seen before, there was the extent of this correction before it popped up, and we only had this little red candle here that tricked us into thinking it was about to correct, and it did not. If we correct, it could do something like this and continue on. Since we are close to the bull run, you could see action happen from here on out now that the ETFs have secured Bitcoin in the lockdown mode where those who are selling those ETFs cannot spend the underlying asset that backs the investors. Price might not go down much. So I'm thinking maybe we correct like this and then we sail off again. I'm looking for the 50s range. 52 to 57 is my best guess. Don't hold my toes to the fire on that. Again, that's just a guess. That's what we've got. So we're going to end it right here. But before we end, there has been a super thanks. Let me go back here because I need to shout this person out. As I missed it on the last video, I just saw this super thanks. Let's see here. Oh, it was that South North on the A0? I cannot remember. Let's see if I can click the all because I think that was quite some time ago. And of course, they don't have the date of these super thanks. So that's not help. That was from November. What are they doing? This doesn't help me at all. Well, somebody gave me $5 and I want to thank that person for giving me the $5. I do have the one-time sale of the spreadsheet coming. It's going to be $75 USDT. And after that, we're going to start the membership group. Look for it. It's coming. I promise you. I'm dragging on and I've been promising and not producing. Now, I've produced the work, but it's just how do I package this in a way that you'll like it? So look for that, please. And if you want to be like the fantastic person whom I forgot who it was and need to dig back into my comments, you can do so. And I would absolutely love it if you would like, comment, and subscribe to the Crypto Pro channel. And you can help defray the cost of me producing this channel. The costs keep going up. My trading view cost has just gone up by another 75%. I'm paying more and more every day to keep this stuff up, but I thank you for helping me along the way. That's all we got. This is Carlton. I'm out.